The remote grounds were quiet that morning. The only sounds the gentle rustle of leaves and the distant call of waterfowl over the pond. 5 unknown figures had arrived near the lodge, and Karen, ever obsessed with control, immediately perceived them as a threat. She dialed emergency services frantically, convinced that the presence of these individuals demanded immediate enforcement and intervention. What she did not realize was that she had underestimated the forces already prepared on the property and the strategic advantage we held. By the time her call connected, my tactical squad had already been alerted. Former Marines, law enforcement veterans, and trained family members took their positions along the perimeter. Drones hovered silently above, providing live coverage, while cameras captured every angle, every movement, and every potential approach. The 5 visitors were entirely legal, invited guests, yet Karen's hysteria had turned a peaceful arrival into a manufactured crisis. I arrived near the lodge, scanning the surroundings, my credentials visible, my presence commanding. "This is private property," I announced firmly, my voice carrying clearly across the grounds. "Any attempt to interfere with the individuals here is illegal. Step back immediately." Karen's loyalists approached cautiously, unsure how to proceed. They had expected panic or compliance, not calm authority paired with tactical readiness. The bluff that had allowed them to act with impunity crumbled as they realized the scenario had been fully anticipated. Karen herself, parked near the pond, shouted orders into her phone, demanding immediate removal of the visitors. Her urgency escalated as she saw no movement from her loyalists. They were frozen, caught between the illusion of authority and the reality of preparation. I signaled to my sibling, a former Marine, who moved swiftly yet silently to block potential approaches from the road. Each loyalist's movement was mirrored and countered by subtle shifts in the tactical positioning. There was no escalation necessary. The mere presence of readiness was enough to neutralize the threat. Karen, growing desperate, attempted to push forward physically, stepping out of her vehicle, waving papers and insisting that the unknown individuals be removed. "You cannot allow trespassers. They must leave immediately," she shouted. But she had failed to anticipate the identity and training of those positioned on the property. Within minutes, the tactical squad moved decisively. Without escalating to violence, they surrounded the perimeter, guiding Karen's loyalists back and effectively containing her threat. Each step, each motion was documented via drones, ensuring an irrefutable record of her harassment. Karen's eyes widened as she realized the futility of her actions. Her calls to emergency services had summoned not fear or compliance, but documented scrutiny, tactical oversight, and the reinforcement of property rights. Her loyalists had faltered, and her authority had evaporated. By late morning, Karen and her convoy had retreated, humiliated and powerless. The 5 visitors, unaware of the near crisis, continued their peaceful activities on the grounds. The property remained untouched, fully secured, and the pond shimmered quietly under the rising sun, reflecting the calm control established by preparation, authority, and strategy. I walked among the visitors, greeting them warmly, ensuring that everything was secure. "She believes panic and aggression create authority," I said softly to my spouse. "No," my spouse replied, holding the infant carefully. "Every attempt she makes only exposes her obsession and reinforces the strength of preparation." The remote grounds were serene once more. Karen's interference had been neutralized, her calls rendered meaningless, and her obsession laid bare. Every approach had been anticipated, every potential escalation contained, and every participant protected. Once again, law, strategy, and tactical readiness had triumphed over reckless authority and unfounded hysteria.